Oh my goodness. Hello everyone. Welcome to Nostradamus Court Phantom Ice, a Lancer story. Can you believe we're on session 10? I can't believe it. I planned for 12, but here we are. We're probably going to have around 4-ish more, which is fine. That's only 2 more than what my brain initially conceived. And boy, do I have lots of mech fighting, snake butt related action. Snake butt's the bestowed name of our main villain. We'll get to them soon, I'm sure. But yeah, I will be your mech wrangler for this evening. I had just finished leading the party. Well, I didn't actually lead them here. This was all their plan. They were like, we will create an entire space dedicated to us kicking the butt of all the mechs chasing us. Also, there's a kaiju there. And I went, neat. Chat, what would I add to the kaiju? And chat gave me various options, and I used 90% of them. So we have a nightmare kaiju on the board. It's got a laser pointed at it that's going to hit it pretty hard, which is good. We like to see that for our kaijus. We have some pretty dangerous mechs that are harassing our party, but as we begin, we will see just where Nico has gone off to during this whole bit of shenanigans while this fight's been going on. But before that, I would like to introduce the whole cast by having them introduce themselves, because the last time everyone introduced each other, it was like painful for me.
It's an icebreaker horror.
Brain. Yeah, it was like much like corporate horror. It was icebreaker horror. But yeah, I welcome for y'all to introduce yourselves. Let's start with Lucas.
Hello, everyone. I am Lucas. I'll be playing Teddy, whose mech is Food Court. Both our pronouns are he, him. And we're here to see what this pickleback shot actually tastes like. Is there a dill flavor to this interesting creature? We shall see. Stay tuned.
All right. Sorry, I was typing that I remembered to turn on my captions because I just remembered to do that. Eve, welcome to the game. What's your mech? What's your character? What's your deal?
I'm playing Shira Talladega, aka Girl Boss, along with her mech Gatekeep, who is currently dying, and I'm so scared because he took 2 structure in 1 turn. And he's just stuck out there in the open, and there's another Ronin right fucking there, about to come at her, and she's, oh, it's bad. Help me.
Yeah, that sure might happen. Let's see. Anna.
Yeah, I'm Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny most spaces on the internet. I play Sadie, whose call sign is Glow, and her mech Boiling Point. Both of our pronouns are she, her. Things are going pretty well for me. I'm not too crazy about a kaiju because I can't hack that. But I don't know. I feel like the first couple rounds of this combat have gone pretty well. I am on fire as always, but that's where I like to be.
All right. All my screens are frozen. I'm hoping y'all can hear me. Thomas.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yes, I am Thomas. He, they, playing Wrench with their mech Lugnut, wrenches they, them. And yeah, I'm trying my best to eventually make sure Gatekeep doesn't die. But you've just got to be patient. Be patient with me. It takes time. It takes time for my little drones to do their thing. Patient.
All right, my browser crashed, but we're getting there. Jess.
Hey there, I'm Jess. My pronouns are she, her. I will be playing Nico, call sign Rummage, piloting the Shrike, whose pronouns are they, she, and who is ready to get up into this fight.
Pretty sure I got everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see everyone's
Yes.
faces, and turns out my memory is really used up a lot on visual stimulus.
Who's in this
Yeah,
game?
no, you got us.
All right, so looks like everything is fixed except Zoom won't show me anyone's face.
To be
So
fair, your
it's-
camera's still working for us.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's all you need is just man. I can't react to your expressions unless I see them 10 seconds behind. I guess I'll have to live with it. So we return once more as the camera zooms in on a scene of mechanical carnage as you see a kaiju is in the middle of tearing apart a sniper mech, and a little bit further beyond some other mechs, if they could cower, if they could shake in their boots, they are, but these are like weird zombie mechs, so they don't get the chance to really cower the way you would want them to. Our team of humble mech piloting heroes are holed up in a bunker, keeping themselves as safe as best they can, but there's two very angry Ronins coming down the pipeline. Meanwhile, we turn to Nico and the Shrike 2, who have been separated from the group in that they went to go essentially thin out the reinforcements. And we pan the camera over just maybe a few minutes earlier to the scene where we left just recently. And we'll return to that turn order and that scene and everything in just a moment. But I think the main thing I want to draw our attention to is, Nico, you and the Shrike have finished off a couple of the squad members, essentially those little like pods with arms and legs and guns that contain some of the meat tubes inside of them. And you find yourself in an area of the supply depot that you all didn't get really a big chance to explore earlier. And there's tons of junk here. A lot of it mostly unused. Like, this was clearly like some people left in a hurry and left some like mostly complete pieces of machinery available for you.
Ooh.
There's a couple of things that stick out to you.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is a rocket sled of some kind. It's big enough to hold a, size 1 mech, but essentially it allows for very rapid movement across snow and ice. There is also a almost like warhead explosive that can be attached to something. There is what could conceivably be used as a catapult. Unclear how well it'll work, but that does exist. So there is a big bundle of explosives. There's a rocket sled. There's a catapult. And I would say finally there is what appears to be some sort of, if you can remember the crates, oh, I guess you weren't there. So there are these crates with like little red marks on them that have like experimental upgrades for mechs inside of them. There's one of those here as well. So you're kind of spoiled for choice as to how you want to get back or what you want to bring back to the fight. But you'll only get to pick 2 just for time constraints.
Okay. I would definitely oh gosh, I'm kind of feeling the catapult. And the experimental boost is random, right?
Yes.
Oh,
I have to roll on a table.
I like that. So I think I finish like cracking open the last of the little ones, and I'm just like smashing it, and I chunk it, and I stop, and I turn around, and I see all the equipment, and it's great, and it's so much trash. And I'm just like, oh, I don't have time. And I'm like, I'm grabbing the catapult, just like putting
the
it
catapult's
on my...
bigger than you.
Oh.
Like you can throw you on it actually.
Oh, well, that's even more fun. So yeah, I'm going to start that up so it's like warming up and whirring, and then I'm gonna go crack open that experimental upgrade.
Right. Roll me a d6.
Okay.
We have, let's see, we've seen weapon upgrade. We've seen push you to danger zone right away. Let's see what we get.
Let's see what we get. I got a 1.
Oh, okay, that's fun. So whereas the other one was like a weapon upgrade that pushed gatekeep to danger zone, this one is, you see like almost like a netting of crackling energy that's inside.
Mhm.
Like and you can see some readouts on your screen that appear to point this to a single-use charge veil.
Okay.
And it appears to be used as, how would I phrase this? Are you familiar with, no, you just got finished telling me you don't play that many games. Chat, if you're familiar with the Shine Spark from Metroid, it is the thing where you run really fast and you briefly become invincible and crash through stuff.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So if you, essentially when you wear this for the combat, when you boost and move through an enemy mech, you can essentially attack for free with one of your slots. And you will not take damage from going through them.
Cool. Yeah. So I will take that. And so I think at this point, because I have been kind of focusing on these smaller mechs, I think I definitely hear like the pickleback shot like screech in the distance.
Oh yeah, it does like a whole ah!
And I glance down and I see the like running commentary of everything that's been happening. And I see Gatekeep is alone. And I will load myself into this catapult. I want to launch myself back.
Sure. So this saves you a lot of time. Where normally you would be entering from one of the sides of the map, you can now essentially airdrop yourself wherever you would like.
Mm. Yeah.
The rocket sled does the same thing, but it would allow you to essentially like move in a linear fashion somewhere. This will just let you airdrop.
Oh, but if I use the rocket sled, I can also use the charge veil and just blast through something.
I mean, you can make yourself a Super Mario torpedo of sorts.
A
Yes.
bullet bill.
Yeah, a bullet bill.
Oh yeah.
I can throw these cubes into all my maps. Jeez.
Use those cubes.
These Mario Kart ass cubes.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, I have a change of heart. And I'll start up that sled. And I want to. Do these upgrades only last for like this fight, or do we get to keep
Yes.
them? Oh, okay.
No, they all go away.
It is Mario Kart rules. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna blast in.
Sure. Catapult, or I mean, you can meteor yourself down as a catapult. Like that, either one is fine. Just one of them gives you a sled, and the other one gives you a catapult you can use later.
Yeah. Catapult was my first idea, and I already
Okay.
started it up.
Sure.
So-
So if y'all win this fight successfully, you can take the catapult with you, and it can be part of your setup at the beginning of matches or of combats, where you can catapult yourself into the combat. This will not work underground for obvious reasons, but it will work, outside. So one of you can airdrop for a fight if you would like to.
Excellent. I am airdropping onto that Ronin,
Which Ronin?
the one that is wailing on Gatekeep.
Oh,
Sure thing.
Do you want to switch over the map?
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it's
right.
not-
Let's do that. We're still on
Yeah,
intros.
just so you know, you see you see Girl Boss like standing next to it. She had dropped her cloak and she's just blasting at it uselessly with a shotgun.
All right. So you are landing, I mean, essentially wherever you want, but right in the way is probably a good spot to be.
And I think it's a very anime-esque moment where like there's like the sheen in the sky and I'm like coming from where the sun is and we get the flare and I am going to crash down onto this thing.
All right. The Shrike is glowing with like phosphorescent and like shimmering energy as the netting is crackling to life. So when you land, I will count being launched into the sky as a boost. So you can make an attack for free.
Okay, great. Yeah. When I the first thing I want to do is hit him with my impaler gun.
Ooh.
What's this say? I get it. Oh, okay.
So what are we looking at for the impaler gun?
That is. Didn't tell me what it rolled to hit.
I think
Come
you
on,
have to,
come on.
you have
I
to
gotta
confirm
confirm.
to
Yeah,
hit.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're learning.
So what did you roll to hit?
That was an 8.
An 8. Well, the evasion on these guys is a 13. So unfortunately, that's going to miss.
Oh, okay. Well, I get 2 more. So
Yeah, so you can now barrage, because you did just land.
now barrage. And I think I'm just going to go with my mortar and my. I'm just wailing on this thing. I'm trying to.
Does the mortar have a blast radius, or am I thinking of a different weapon?
It has a blast one.
Okay, so you might hit yourself and girl boss with that.
Okay, cancel that.
That's
see.
fine. I can take it. I've got an overshield that prevents all damage from one hit.
I don't want you
mean,
to waste that on
yeah,
friendly
well,
fire.
It's
I don't
fine.
want-
I could die.
No.
And you also need an explosion when you do a Super Sentai style entrance like this. You need the
Hold on.
explosion at the end.
You
Can
know
you
what?
not-
If you want to blow stuff up, I'm not gonna say no.
Can you not
You can
barrage with
technically fire the mortar here, and it won't hit either of you, and that's a little bit better.
Hold on, I'm trying to do something. Will it not let me barrage with the same weapon twice?
So it's usually not the same weapon. It's different
Yeah,
weapons.
it's
Yeah,
That's weird.
yeah. So because you're using the fantasy of it is that you're using all of your weapons, like you're literally like bah, 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 bah,
Same time.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
because
Oh,
I think
yeah.
you have to
might have-
overcharge to
Yeah, you might
fire
have to.
the same weapon twice.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm going to. I don't think my impaler gun has a reload. Let me see. Nope. It's just a very big gun. And let's try that again. Let's see what happens. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Okay. So I miss with the first one.
Okay.
And let's see. And I sling it around and I try again. Ooh, for 15.
Heck yeah, you hit
For 2 damage.
2 damage.
I take
And this
1
is-
heat.
What are you hitting with? The mortar?
I'm hitting with my it has to make a hull save.
Oh, that's not good for it. It
No.
generally does poorly on hull saves. Oh wait, actually, this is a higher tier, so its hull's a little better, but not by much. Oh, wrong button. Hull save 16.
I don't even know what that's against. That probably beats it. It just says succeed on a hull save.
Usually it tells you on your thing how much you have to beat, but I think 16 is usually pretty safe.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's
Near the
your
top.
save target.
Yeah.
Oh
there at
yeah,
the
so
top.
your save target. Yeah, so it would say it on your mech.
It's beside your e-defense. Yeah.
I can't. I have to resolve this barrage, or I can't see it.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so we move
We'll
forward.
get back to this. We'll get back to that. To confirm, and then I
a 16 probably beats it. Mine's like
Yeah.
11.
Yeah, I've got an
Yeah.
11 as well.
And then you
Probably.
can also overcharge and take a heat to just go hard and keep blowing this thing up because it's pretty close.
I really want to do that. The next one was a 13 to hit.
That hits.
Nice. It's only. Oh, it lets me add my. Oh, I should have been adding my extra armor. Not armor. Yeah, I'm gonna add my shock round
that's
to
right.
that attack, so it takes 4 damage.
All right,
And let me.
it's looking pretty rough on that first health bar.
Yeah, the hull save. Yeah, it definitely be mine's 12. And then I'm gonna take 1 more heat, and that just gives me another attack.
Yep.
I want this impaler gun to work because it should.
They're pretty cool. Love a good impaler gun.
Come on.
I believe there's a lock-on on this Ronin too.
Oh, it's like me
So you
accuracy.
can burn it. Yeah, you can burn it for accuracy. I don't remember how the lock-on got there, but I did say the targets were lock-ons. So
Oh shit!
Oh
That's
gosh, I
pretty
got
good.
a 21 on that one.
I gotta use my mimic gun really soon.
Okay.
I could use my pivot gun right now. Yeah, so you're hitting with a 21 for sure. How much
Yeah.
damage?
5.
How much are you impaling for?
Okay,
Oh, perfect. So that drops it below its first health bar.
Hey.
So we are
it's got to make
rolling
another
structure.
hull save.
Sure. Let me see if it
Yeah,
even
let's see
needs
how
to do
this-
that because it might
Yes.
just die. Compendium. Reference structure. Somebody roll me a d6 because I don't want accountability.
All right.
Whoa.
And because
Lucas.
Lucas has better dice luck than I do. System trauma. So it's going to roll me another d6, Lucas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
3.
3. It's losing all weapons on one mount. I'm pretty sure. Ronins only have one
Have a
weapon.
sword, right? So like,
Yes.
That means it can't deflect bullets.
It can't do anything.
just standing there. Why can't my sword come out of the sheath?
Yeah,
I guess theoretically, can it like
it
punch?
does fail the hull
Yeah.
save too. It can improvise attack, yes.
It did fail the hull save?
It did fail the hull save,
Great.
but all of its systems are tied to its sword except for the chaff launcher, so it
Oh.
can't do anything except
That
for punch.
means it is also immobilized and shredded.
Oh,
Ooh.
sick. Okay, yeah, no, it's got a net and it's got some acid on it because now this Ronin that before was presenting a pretty heavy threat has essentially pinned to the snow and is like its arm holding the giant like extendo energy sword just falls right off. Like it just like crumples into bits and the
Oh,
sword clatters to the ground with like a sizzle.
Oh
and it
no, I
disappears.
take that from him
Yeah,
and
it's
throw it
mine.
away.
Yeah, so you take the sword, you fling it off in the opposite direction. It once it's not attached to a mech arm and being fed energy, it refolds into a regular Ronin sword, and it lands stylishly right next to Food Court, almost as if begging to be added to the collection.
Oh my god.
But after that very feral entrance, Strike is just kind of perched over this very incapacitated Ronin.
Heck
And I'm
yeah.
just like, everybody, I'm back.
Oh,
Wow.
welcome back.
Wow, that green thing's really big.
It like roars. All right, so that
Okay.
was gonna be you. I'll have the first of the Ronin turns from the other Ronin.
Mm.
It's gonna stay exactly where it is, and it's gonna use its sword on the turret. Which I think a 17, and it's gonna hit the turret. It's gonna explode for 6 damage.
Yes, that's exactly enough.
Yeah, and then it's still looking for the truck, but it doesn't see it, so it is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's gonna boost. It has to clamber onto the building, which takes a little bit of extra movement. So 3, and then 1, 2. So it's right here. So that was one of its turns. Lucas, you are the last of the party to go, I believe.
All right. I don't know the rules for this, but that sword's there, right? I don't know how
Sure.
to use that sword technically. But
Technically, no.
what are the rules behind using a weapon that isn't like a part of your system?
So that's improvised weapon. So I believe your mech should have an option for like improvised attacks. It's generally worse than your regular attacks, but
Mm-hmm.
it is cool.
Yeah, that's the main thing that I want to do, is just ensure that it's cool. Okay. Let's see here. Let me take a look at this map. Got this guy right in front of me. I could technically move 4. Or, no, 3. So if I move...
You are within its threat range because of the big sword, so when you move out, it will try to use a reaction to attack you.
Okay, well I feel like that settles it then. Yeah. So Teddy, this sword just flies through the air from the chaos that was Nico's entrance. And so as this just stabs right in front of him, we see a flashback back to the locker room for the mall security. There's this grizzled old mall guard, a few scars on their face. They definitely have like a cybernetic limb that they're tweaking as they look over at Teddy, and Teddy's looking at them, and he remembers very clearly the one thing they said. Sometimes you're gonna encounter people. They're gonna come into this mall thinking that they own this place, thinking that everyone needs to listen to them and their laws. They don't understand the mall. They don't understand the way this hell works. And Teddy looks down at this sword. Looks around him. There's food in the freezer. There's strange goo that's available for commercial use. This whole area is like a mall. He grips down onto the blade, looking over at this other Ronin, hand shaking, grabbing onto. He's got like a joystick to be able to swing the sword around. It's not needed, but Harrison is all about making sure you have extra procedures to do anything.
Mm.
And he's gonna rush forward this giant mech towards this Ronin.
All right.
All right, so improvised weapon.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Improvised attack. Perfect.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so for my attack, I got a 13.
13 just hits.
What is the damage for? I guess it's just a D6. It just says a D6 for this.
Yeah, so generally D6.
Okay.
However, do you? So this is a nanofiber sword this is the extended blade, so it's supposed to like feed off of extra energy to like really like lengthen its reach and get stronger. Do you have a limited resource pool you would like to dump into to give yourself an extra D6?
100%. I have an extra battery pack on me that
You
I click into the sword.
I did give you an extra battery pack. Okay, yeah. I'll say because that was for a core power, you can add core powers are pretty strong, so let's do 3d6. We're playing fast and loose today.
All right.
I will say, also, Nico did not remove the arm from the sword either. So
Yeah!
It just connects you.
he's holding the arm.
Yeah,
the arm
the
holding
arm's
the
swinging
sword.
off.
It's
It's
just extra leverage.
yeah, it's just like Red Friday all over again.
I can't wait to set up exotic tech that one Ronin's arm and sword.
So Teddy, I did 11 points. What happens
Heck yeah.
is he picks up this sword, taking out this little battery pack that's on the fanny pack of the food court, and hooks it up to this blade as there is anime level energy firing off of it. Oh, this here is my mall, and I bring the blade down.
Yeah, the Ronin tries its best. It just can't. Like, it doesn't understand. It's being attacked by a big heavy mech, and yet that's a Ronin sword. And right as the calculations hit of like, oh, bring up the blade, parry, you get right around the brain inside of that big jar of meat, piloting this mech, and just manage a devastating strike down the middle, getting rid of the overshield on it, and bringing it down to a much more manageable level.
All right, I think that was my full, because it's an improvised attack, that's my full action.
All right, you get one other thing you can do.
Yeah, I am going...
Oh, wait, sorry, was it a quick tech, or was it a quick action, or a full?
That was a full action, so I'm going to use my quick action
okay.
just to switch over my shield. Who did I have it on last?
Okay, I think you can do that for free anyway.
Yeah, it's just for my my core thing that I got currently activated.
Yeah.
I will just switch it over to, let's see, the Ronin's far too close to us to be safe, and everyone is way over there with a pickle, so I'll just pop it on over to Glow.
All right. The same Ronin is going to take its second turn as you finish slicing it down the middle with a sword, and it's going to hit you with a sword.
Oh, goodness.
Or at least it's going to try. Does 16 hit you?
Yeah, that's going to hit.
All right, you take 6 kinetic. It does not crit. And let's see, because of the extendo blade, I don't think anyone else is within range. I think Boiling Point is just out of range. No, so Boiling Point, you would take 3 kinetic damage from how wide the arcing sweeps of this sword are.
So I'm going to activate my Tachyon shields. So on Boiling Point, they gain resistance to all damage from the attack. I guess it technically just auto hits, so it doesn't matter if the attack misses, but I'll at least grant them.
All right, so instead of 3, I believe we said always round. I wrote it down. No, it was in my notes. Is it always round up or down?
I think up, because when there was no
Yes.
damage, we still did 1 damage.
Yes. Okay, so always round up. You're taking just 2. And that shield, I believe, remains for a little while longer, so that's perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
And you take 6, so you're all set there. It's going to turn around and, let's see, it did its main action to do that. Can't really do much else besides sword stuff. So that's it. Oh, wait. It's tier 2. It can make 2 attacks at the same time. So that's what I was trying to remember. I'm going to try to attack you again.
Yeah.
Another 6 kinetic.
Okay,
Yeesh.
that is 1 structure.
Alrighty.
So I will go ahead. Down a structure. Rolling d6.
Okay, and while you do that, the air hisses and crackles as the charging of the laser turret has been completed, and a beam of red light scorches the earth around the pickleback. It emerges a little bit crispier than normal, but definitely angrier and taking a lot of damage.
So I got system trauma on my flex mount. So my assault rifle is out of business.
Oof. All right.
It's
The
okay.
pickleback.
You got that 6 sword.
Yeah, that's all I got now.
Yeah, the
All
pickleback
you
is
need.
slightly scorched, but still hanging in there. It has taken a grand total of 12 damage.
Ooh.
It is going to howl in rage and frustration and rush over to the bombard. It's got 7 movement, so it can make it pretty easy. And it's going to essentially just rip it to shreds. Let's see how it does. Yeah, 22 is going to hit. 8 kinetic damage. It takes the bombard and snaps the little cannon off of the quadruped legs with its like little tendril valve, and just like you can see the meat tube, it curls around the meat tube and just yoinks it into its mouth and eats it. And then the monster is going to move again.
It's like it's eating
It's going to
crab.
use. It's going to a little bit, yeah. It's going to try to search for. What's it called? It's going to try to search for the Mirage because it did see a mech there before, but it's just not there anymore. And did I accidentally get rid of the search thing? Systems against the
It's right
agility
down there at
of
the bottom.
hidden character. Ah, okay. No, I think I got rid of it on the monster. But no, I didn't. It has one of those. Okay, so it does not find the Mirage. So instead, it's going to tumble on this way. It is right next to a bomb, if y'all want to set
Yeah,
it
hit
off.
that bomb.
How much damage did I say the bomb
I think
was?
it's
I believe.
D10.
Yeah.
Someone want to roll
Someone
that?
roll
Yeah,
It was
got it.
D10 plus
It's a
3,
3.
I think.
D10 plus
something.
3. Yeah, it was a D10 plus something. So D10 plus 3. Oh, perfect. Yeah. It takes its first structure damage. Well, it's not dead. We'll find out. But the pickleback is not looking great, actually. As it takes 6 total damage, it goes down to its next thing. So between the laser and some explosives, the kaiju almost teeters, and it's going to roll on its specialized monster table for structure, which I think is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Needs to be a little bit more kaijus. D6. 6! Glancing hit. It flinches its pain. It's impaired until the end of its next turn. So that was both of the monsters' turns.
Son of a bitch.
It is a little woozy, a little beat up, but it's definitely still hanging in there. Top of the round once more.
Would anybody mind if Girl Boss went real quick?
Go
Yeah,
for
go
it.
for it.
She's got something she could do to help out Gatekeep. Good? Cool?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
Don't think I measure that. Yeah, she's gonna run over and just immediately hop up onto Gatekeep. And using my Black Thumb ability, finally using one of my Black Thumb abilities that isn't just the shield.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rig the vents, which clears 2 heat and clears either impaired or jammed, which weren't an issue.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm just dumping 2 heat off. She essentially just jumps up to onto his back, grabs a hold of a vent, and just rips it right off. Just to open it up, because he's a hot boy. He's getting all sweaty. He looks extra damp.
Oh, and he's all red in there.
He's all red and neat too, so it's like actually sweating
it
a little.
sprays
My
out
neck
a bunch
blood.
of hydraulic fluid, which just looks like more blood.
Ah, love it. Yeah, so that's totally fine. Did you? Is that a full action?
Yeah, it's a full action for her.
Cool. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, Gatekeep is ready to go, back in business, less spicy. All right, so we're gonna make this real simple. The Mirage is still invisible. I'll keep it visible for convenience's sake, because it's not really fighting y'all anymore. It's just trying to run away. Oh, and I guess the squad would have gone, but all it would have done would be like move 5 towards the pickleback shot, and then another squad would have shown up.
Ooh.
So we get another one. So the Mirage is just going to move, and that's the Mirage's turn. Who would like to go next? I guess it would move twice because it boosts, so. Boop, boop, boop.
Folk are fine with me going, because I can then get my restock drone to actually activate. Or be ready to be activated. So I guess, like, the little screw just sort of drills out of the ground and like just sort of pings, and a green light just starts sort of flashing to indicate activation. Since it's the start of my turn, I do still take, was it 2 heat? Since
I think it's
my core.
1, but
yeah, 1 heat for my core.
You're officially in the danger zone, which for your mech doesn't really do much.
Yeah, I'm in the danger zone. I can't help it.
It's so good.
Now, 2 Ronin. What I'll do is, I think I don't have to move actually. I think I can just. Would I be able to shoot? I know the Ronin and everyone else is sort of on that building, but would I?
You can hit it. It's a low building. You can hit it.
Okay.
It's like a low garage.
Yeah, he's plenty of it, easily within range.
Yeah, you can definitely fire on that Ronin. In fact, I recommend it.
Yeah, so it would just sort of the triple barrel rotates into just a sort of regular looking cannon, and I will.
Yeah.
I think I'm actually going to. I guess I'll barrage both with that and my assault rifle, just in case. Well, I got a nat 20 on.
Oh, that's a crit
on my weapon thing.
Nice.
I have brutal as well.
Even better.
I do I think it's max damage, right?
Yeah. I mean, you'll have to tell me. It's on your sheet.
I will read in a.
I can look it up
I'm
on
assuming
the
it's-
compendium, though. That's going to be on traits or talents, right? Yeah, talents.
Yeah, it's a talent. Yeah.
All right, so let's look up brutal. 20. You deal maximum possible damage and bonus damage.
And bonus damage is just rolling the dice again.
Yeah, no, bonus damage would be anything you add onto it.
Okay, so
if you have to add another dice, you would also max that out too.
So I guess I'm doing 10 damage because it would be 1d6 plus my 4.
Yeah,
So-
you sure are. You deal 10 damage to this Ronin. It teeters dangerously, and then you're hitting with the assault rifle?
Hitting with my assault rifle, which is just an 8 to hit.
8 is going to miss. It's going to... Let's see. I keep forgetting the reaction rebound.
Don't you also
But I
have
have-
reliable?
Does have reliable too.
Okay, so it's going to hit anyway. So, it's a brutal critical, so it makes sense that it would use it. Alright, roll me a d6 on the brutal crit to see how well the reaction rebound works.
6.
That's bad.
That's very bad.
It takes half damage, so rather than the 10, it will be dealing 5, and rather than the 2... Oh no, sorry, they just take half from the damage from that attack, so -5. They would still take the -2, so they're taking -7 overall. But you have to repeat that very cool attack on yourself. It's not necessarily going to crit, but you are. It essentially does a cool rebound on the attack.
Oh, so I have to launch my prototype weapon at myself again?
Yes,
Dang it.
I mean
Okay.
the conceit behind it is that it's so fast that it's like bouncing the bullet out back at you like a fancy robot samurai might.
Oh, it's even cooler because it's in my energy. I'm using energy damage. All right, so obviously it's not letting me re-roll it on CompCon. I'll just do that. Do I add my +1?
I believe you repeat the attack against yourself, so anything you would add normally.
God dang it.
that is its reaction used though. Okay, so you miss
It's a
against
9.
yourself.
Yeah, thank God. Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
I was gonna say I have really low evasion. No, wait. My evasion is it not?
I thought it was a 9, or I thought it was a
Mine
10.
is mine is 8.
No!
Actually,
no.
Okay, so yeah, it does manage to rebound your energy, and it takes a good chunk of damage anyway, but it does rebound a little bit of it and hit you.
So how much am I taking from that? Just so...
You would roll your damage.
Oh, of course you said to roll my damage again. No, I don't
It's
want,
your
I don't
own
wanna.
attack. This Ronin did say stop.
Oh,
hitting
okay,
yourself.
only 5.
It's only 5. Ouch. All
Only?
right, that's not bad. That's not bad though. You did a good chunk of damage to this Ronin.
Well,
It's not
that's
looking good.
minimum damage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's
it's
the
fine.
best it could have been.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we're moving forward. Excellent stuff. Lugnut.
I'll leave it at that. I don't need to move. I think
All
I'll
right.
stay where I am.
So cool. So after that, I had the Mirage go. I'm gonna have the Ronin go for its first attack. It's currently heavily engaged with in a sword fight with a Harrison mech, which is always a little funny. It's gonna. What is your evasion?
Not great. It's a 6.
Don't you have armor, too?
Wow.
I have 1 armor.
Oh, so you wouldn't have taken 6. You take 5 each time.
Yeah, but
Okay,
I had
so yeah.
exactly that much
I
left.
see. I see.
So.
Okay, so yeah, you take 5 as it slashes at you. It's gonna swing again. This time hitting you again for another 5.
Okay.
But it is currently very heavily engaged with you, and this is going to be another. Well, you still have resistance boiling points, so that does leave you with another 2 damage and then another 2 damage.
All right, now I'm gonna find, because I forgot to use this last time. I'm gonna use the house guard on the.
Yeah.
Actually, the first attack it does.
Sure.
It takes 2 energy damage and it's knocked prone.
Oh,
Ooh.
sick. Okay, that's good. So it after this, I think it takes the whole movement to stand up. So after it finishes attack, I guess it'll have to interrupt its. No, it can't because it makes them at the same time. So I guess the next one does have difficulty because it's. Well,
If it's a
23 plus
23, it's
difficulty.
gonna hit.
Yeah, it's still gonna hit anyway. Okay, well,
But it looks
in that
cool.
case, yeah, it does look cool. So you're only taking 4 total boiling point from the swinging, arcing, spinning giant sword, and it's gonna use the last of its movement to stand up for the first of the Ronin's turns. Who would like to go next?
If nobody else gonna take it, Gatekeep, go ahead and fuck
I
it
forgot
up real
to-
quick.
I forgot to boost with the squad.
Because I did get a nat 20 on my mimic cannon roll.
By all
Hell
means.
yeah!
Yeah.
So
I will say the Ronin's pretty close to structuring. So if you can, guarantee some hits on it, which I think you can right now with your 3.
yeah, no, I'm just gonna dump 3 into it.
Congrats,
Oh,
the Ronin
wait,
has
what's my-
structured.
Hey.
With my Omni cannon.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a d6 because the Ronin has structured.
Okay.
Every little bit counts.
Just 2.
Oh, 2 is bad, right? 2's bad.
I think so. Yeah, 2 destroys one
Pretty
of
sure
your
it's
things.
good for us.
Yeah.
I mean, you know me. I always gotta check my numbers and math.
'Cause I just
2 is
got a
system
2.
trauma. Yeah. Oh, that's how the other Ronin lost a sword. Let's see if we
Yeah.
can repeat the process. Girl boss, if you can do the honors.
Roll another d6.
Yeah, please.
Sword.
We didn't lose a sword.
Ah, damn.
But
What-
we did
what fell
lose a
off?
system. The extendo sword fell off.
Oh.
So now it is down to a regular sword.
We flash back in time to the factory, and one of the screws that's supposed to go in and make sure that the extendo sword stays on just gets dropped down into a grate and nobody notices. So it's just been slowly loosening up this entire time, and it just falls off.
Oh yeah, zoom into the future, and it's just like the sword. It's gonna swing again at food court, and it just like collapses into 3 pieces in its hand, and it's just a regular sized sword now.
Oh, hey, you know what? That's all right. These things can happen.
The zombie mech gives you no fun response to quip from, and I'm sorry.
And,
You still have your mimic cannon to do stuff, so go nuts.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna barrage with my smart gun and my mimic cannon. So, the mimic gun got a 17,
Sure does. I think it's 10
and
damage because of the
the
nat 20.
yeah, so it's taking 10,
Yeah.
and the smart gun
Pew, pew, pew.
got a 7,
7.
which I don't think did it.
7 does not hit, no. But you do manage to rip like some shreds out of it just with the smart gun alone. Or sorry, not the mimic gun, because right
So,
now it's
yeah,
mimicking a big gun.
Yeah, what you see is pretty much just this huge fucking barrel emerges out of the weird portal ring at the top of Gatekeep, and just barely dips into Gatekeep's Omnigun head and fires
God.
through that. So it's
Heck
just
yeah.
like this horrible black streak just right into the core of it.
Hell yeah.
It sounds like a scream.
Yeah, it's like one of those fireworks that you set off and it just like streaks through the air and it sounds like someone screaming bloody murder. It's like that. It's good stuff. I can only picture that one gif from I think a JoJo episode where the person opens a piece of paper and a gun comes out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like
part
that's
four,
like
yeah.
what I'm picturing with the mimic gun.
Love it.
Just space unfolding and a gun comes out. But yeah, you do some good damage to that Ronin. It is still active, but it doesn't have its cool extendo sword anymore, so it can't do free damage to boiling point. It's gonna use its second turn to once again bring that sword down on our friendly neighborhood tank,
Maybe it doesn't
dealing 10 total.
wide. Oh, I think we're structuring again. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Roll a d6. System trauma.
Oh no.
I don't have much left.
Stuff's just falling off.
Yeah, I'm right now being forced to watch a small video going, so you tried to go into melee with your Harrison mech.
No!
And
Most of the time they're good at that.
Yeah, well, hey.
It would appear you've broken your warranty.
Oh,
I know there's a
forgot to
mech that
roll
gives
for,
you a big hammer.
Is it? Oh, never mind. I think it's something different. Okay, yeah, I guess I am losing my, personalization, or flash anchor, I guess we'll go with. I haven't used it yet.
Alrighty. Alright, so that's both of the Ronin's turns. Who would like to go next?
I mean, I can.
Sure.
Yeah.
No one else wants to go.
Melt it.
It's just about halfway there. It's almost done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not going to tech attack it just yet. Instead, I'm going to barrage the Ronin that is beating up on Food Court.
Yeah.
Because we need to take it down.
And if you're hitting with your smart thing, it will shred it. So you would, I guess the ordering would be that first. Because shred good?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I think it's your Nexus that does it.
Yeah. So that's a 21 against their E defense.
100% you're getting it.
So that is 2 damage.
2 damage. Go ahead and add an extra 2 to that, just from the bonus supercharge thingy. So taking 4. Yeah, Ronin is not looking so good. You may continue barraging.
And then my soul pattern laser rifle goes off next. Rolling. That's an 11. No, it's not. Why did that? Why is this not rolling? Let me figure this out. Sorry, it's giving me problems again. Oh, total cannot be 0. That's not how this works.
Mysterious.
You cannot roll a 0 on a
Very.
d20.
No.
Why is it only giving me zeros?
Well, whenever there's an issue with
14.
ComCon, I blame Horus. 14 definitely hits.
Okay.
It's always Horus. It's never anything else.
That hits, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
Sure is.
That's a good damage roll.
I'm hoping it is.
So that is roll also because this is two. This is Nuclear Cavalier,
Ooh,
so I get
cool.
extra damage. So this does 8 energy, 1 burn, and 2 heat.
Whoa! That's
Jesus.
really cool. Yeah, you fire your laser pattern assault rifle, you melt a hole directly in the center of its chassis, and it just falls over, and at first you're like, that's it, and then it lights on fire.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, the Ronins are, well, one Ronin is essentially useless, and the other one is gone.
Oh, thanks for the assist. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
No
All right.
problem, I got your back.
This other Ronin is going to use its full action to improvise attack against Shrike. Does a 10 hit you?
It is immobilized and shredded.
Oh, in that case, I believe it can't move and it loses resistance and other stuff. Let me check and make sure if it can still attack.
I was also going to overcharge.
Oh, go nuts!
Oh!
No, please do more. I had no idea.
Glow's not even done.
I'm pretty sure it's going to miss anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, I was going to overcharge just for the fun of it. This
Heck yeah.
is probably going to stress my reactor, but that's okay.
I think you can technically see the Mirage because it's in your area, like your search
Awesome.
area. I don't remember. Oh, it's a barely held together Mirage. It's like duct tape keeping it together after the kaiju attack.
Overcharge. I only rolled 1. That
No.
puts me at exactly my heat cap,
Ooh.
which is fun. I'm going to burn my core power for wide
Yeah.
area pulse. So I'm making a special tech attack against everything in my sensors.
I was gonna say you wouldn't know the exact location, but you know the Mirage is in your sensors. How about that? So you can hit it with an area-wide pulse. Heck yeah!
Oof, that's a 9.
9
Against
against.
everyone's-
Let's check some E defenses.
Mirage
block?
and Ronin. I think
So
are the
Mirage's E defense is 12, so that's gonna miss, and then the Ronin usually doesn't have a pretty high one. The Ronin's
fine.
E defense is a 7, so you do hit the Ronin.
Awesome. On a miss, the target becomes impaired instead until the end of their
Oh.
next turn.
Okay, so
Mirage is impaired.
Mirage is impaired.
And then the Ronin it has a lot of status symbols. What is it currently?
Sure, it is shredded, immobilized, and doesn't have an arm.
Mm.
So it can only improvise attack. The cancel is what I added so that I could remember it doesn't have a sword. So now it is other things, I assume? Because it's got
Everything else on the list.
immobilized, it's shredded.
Just take its coating and turn it inside out.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Just
it like folds in half.
We are just bullying this one, I feel like. It's
I
just
think you have
in
every
the fetal position
you have
and just sort of
every
like, hey,
you
hey,
have
you
every
still
right to
fighting?
bully these Ronin.
Yeah,
They're,
two of us
you know,
have lost
consistent.
true
Yeah, we're-
structure.
We're gonna go back to basics because I'm not gonna be able to stress its reactor. So I'm going to fragment signal. So I'm gonna just flood it with
Yeah.
pop-up ads
Mm.
for various adult websites across the OmniNet.
Oh, heck yeah.
So it is
even a flesh tube is
impaired and
interested.
slowed.
Is it meatballs near you?
I was gonna say the flesh tube, like, you know, the creature inside, you have no idea of its cognition, but you know, like anything receiving tons and tons of spam emails, it does slow things down to a crawl.
Mhm.
I feel like a
s-
snake butt is like the dean from the community looking at its monitors going, this better not
Oh,
awaken
no.
something in me.
There's very awaken something inside of me.
So sorry,
Two
what?
heat.
What's two heat?
Two
What
heat,
else?
and it's impaired and slowed on top
cool.
of everything else.
All right, so let's add the turtle. because we got a turtle. Oh no, it's a snail. Sorry. So it's slowed, and then it's impaired, which is let's do the little haze. Ooh, he's just collecting them like gym badges, huh?
Yeah.
So impaired, slowed, hazed. I would say with all of that together, it's gonna miss its improvised attack against you, Shrike, and then it's gonna try to run away.
Yeah, except that I have
It can't
my
move
Shrike
because
armor.
it's immobilized.
It can't. Yeah, any character within range 3 that attacks me takes 3 AP damage.
Oh, heck yeah. So it tries to punch you, and you just, like, shove your shoulder. You just shoulder check it, and it, like, pierces it with a bunch of spikes. Yeah, that's awesome. It can't move, and it's just stuck in combat with a pincushion. That's fantastic. All right. That is, honestly, both of its turns are going to be like that. It's not going to attack you the second turn, though, for obvious reasons.
This is Deadpool punching Colossus in the movie.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
ripped arms.
The squad is going to move up. It's going to go 5 and 5. Let me just check its stat block real quick before I forget. Hello? Did I forget the stat block? All right, so its movement speed is 4, so I accidentally have been moving it way too far. It's here. It's going to fire on the monster, because that seems to be the main issue right now. So primary weapons time. 12. What did I give the monster in terms of evasion? Oh, 12, so it hits. So the... what's it called? They deal 2 whole kinetic damage. Is it supposed to be 2? I think it goes down by half whenever it's taken some damage, but I'll have to check that.
It says the weapon can make 2 attacks at a time. If the squad loses more than half
that's
HP, it can
what
make
I'm thinking.
only 1 attack at a time.
All right, so it does miss with the other one because it doesn't have accuracy or anything, but it does deal 2 damage, and it does gather its ire. It appears that these squads are essentially trying to, provide a little bit of a distraction for its other mech allies, but considering they're both getting wrecked by status effects, I don't know how much that's going to work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to boost. And I believe, starting from here, because they have a space of 4, just out of range, so they can't shoot at it. Bummer. Pass. I don't know why I'm saying pass turn like this is a magic game, because I pilot the next thing. It's going to run up and rip him to shreds. As it likes to do, it's going to use its claws. And it's going to miss with its primary attack, and then does it have anything else as a quick action? Nope, that's a full action. It hasn't used its living teeth ability. I got to show that off at least once. Technically, it's a full action, but if I use it on the squad, y'all won't complain, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
No.
Okay. All right, so instead of slicing at the squad, it opens its mouth and fires. Somebody roll me a d6.
I got that loaded up.
All right, so 3. I was gonna go. It's a D3, so 3 is just 3. It fires 3 of its tongue tendril thingies inside of its graboid mouth, and they fire outwards. And if this were to hit a mech, for example, these would essentially embed themselves into the mech and start drilling towards the cockpit. Once they reach the cockpit, the pilot dies. It takes some turns for that to happen. With the squad, it's a little bit different. It just impales them. So yeah, to make good on my promise to chat, this monster does have living teeth. So I'm gonna say that because it rolled 3 of them, that's enough to kill 2 squad members a pop. So it's down to half and some change, as its horrible worm teeth just rip through a bunch of the pod robot people with flesh tubes inside of them. It's not a good time for them. However, it can only do that once per fight, so I'm assuming you'll be able to kill the last 2 mechs before it notices you, so you'll be fine. Top of the round.
I mean,
Would like to start off?
I'm literally basically waltzing with this very messed up Ronin.
I can't do anything to you.
Yeah. I could either take it out or just throw it down, unless someone else has something they want to do.
No, you can beat it
Go,
down.
go right ahead.
I was gonna say math-wise, I think y'all beat the remaining 2 mechs, and that was the only victory condition I set.
Hey,
If we like, given how heavily impaired and defeated you've put every mech at, we can say that this is a pretty sizable route. Like, you guys got it.
Mm-hmm.
great.
Is that okay with y'all?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
make y'all roll a bunch of dice for not much action
that
to
works
happen.
for me. So
All right.
in that case, Girl Boss just like sprints underneath Strike's legs and hops up on this thing's head, just starts blowing it apart because she's so mad about it hurting Gatekeep.
I'm gonna
Yeah, so its head just like explodes.
I'm gonna dip into that wonderful, sweet, tangy, world famous sauce that's over here.
Oh yeah, of course. So go ahead and so you can pick. You can either heal yourself to full or regain a structure.
I will 100% regain a structure. That sounds lovely.
You got it. Doesn't fix the systems attached, but not
I'll
bad.
live
not
a
bad.
little longer.
Yeah.
We,
All right. Yeah.
we
so
don't
I'd
gatekeep in some of that.
Sure. Oh, that there. It's a one use. There's another one over
okay.
here, but that would put you closer to the reinforcements.
Yeah, no. No.
All right. So I'd say altogether, you managed to handily defeat the final 7 mechs of the horde that was moving towards the outpost. So we're going to shift the map over. It's not technically downtime in a game sense, but it's certainly not combat time right now. The second favorite, or how did you decide? Not second favorite. It was something for your team.
Oh, Nostradamus's
I gotta start.
I think it was,
Super
like,
best, very favorite.
Yeah, super best. I think like most talented, because we didn't want to say that we were like their favorite, but we did want to say that we were talented, something like that.
Oh yeah. So the most talented Nostradamus Corp team, after a hard-fought pitched battle against some enemy mechs and a deep-fried kaiju, at least nowadays after the big laser fire on it, you all managed to hit the bricks and run. You grab your 2 trucks, you load up Food Court onto the Iron Blossom, and you jet on out of there. You are well outside of the range of combat as the echoing, screeching screams of the pickleback shot echo in your rearview mirrors. I know that's not how mirrors work. And things calm down a little bit. I will say, for the purposes of this combat, as your rides roll forward through the snow and ice, you realize that you're here. You pull up on... I wrote it down. Oh, geez. I believe you all
Baby
were
one?
going to out. Yeah, Outpost Coughing Baby? No, it's Outpost Tiny Baby.
Tiny baby.
Yeah. Maybe it was Outpost
Wait,
Tiny,
I got
and their
it
team
down.
name was Coughing Baby. I think it was that way.
It's definitely a coffee
Tiny baby,
babies.
Sure was what I heard.
It was Outpost Tiny, and their team name was Coughing Baby.
Mm-hmm.
So you pull up at what is essentially like a large like borehole that has been like dug into the ice. It goes pretty deep down, and it's got a lot of scaffolding in and around it. The hole itself, it does appear to generate a good amount of warmth, and there's no stonework in this hole. It's all ice. Like, you can actually see that like some of it is reinforced by this strange like plasticky gel, and there are various lifts and elevators moving stuff. This is a pretty, like, for a settlement, it's not as heavily populated as Polaris Township, obviously, but Outpost Tiny is anything but. You can see floating within the center of this like large hole in the ice are various just ghosts of different transmissions. Sometimes you see someone playing a piano. Sometimes you see several people dancing. Other people getting like into a boxing match. It's just tons of little transmissions floating through the air as little ghosts as you finally arrive at Outpost Tiny. And with that, I would say your mission truck is complete.
Hey.
Yay!
Yay!
I do think
Escort mission over.
we
Are we
do
able
roll
to
up.
get like full repairs here?
Yes, you do get
Okay,
full repairs
cool.
here.
Oh,
We-
yeah.
We
Thank
do have to hit the
goodness.
horn when we roll up, like you do in a semi, just like. Good.
Mhm.
Yeah, Patricia knows the rules and toots the horn. Yeah. You see that the area in and of itself, like, there's the big hole, and then there's like these three like almost like entryway towers that lead underground to get you into the hole itself, so you don't have to drive up to the edge. And you cross by a frost-covered lake. You see to your right is a big signal tower that appears to be used to communicate. And you can see various corpses of those corpses, the wreckages of several of those zombie mechs that have been torn to shreds, as well as a lot of the allied mechs. You see they're all kind of hodgepodge in their color and construction. And there's a few of the mean greens and the mid supports in and among them as well. So it looks like they did send a few of their own up here to help support and defend the place, and it doesn't look like there's many of any mechs remaining. But having taken out the horde, y'all have scattered most of what this place would have been able to like be overrun by. So when you arrive, people are worried, right? Initially, some like outside cannons are kind of aimed behind you as if you're being chased. And then there's a pause, and then some scans and some radio chatter. And you hear a more feminine kind of sounding voice kind of crackle through the radio. This is Princess P. How can I? Who am I hailing? Patricia, is that you? Patricia gives a little. Yep, that's me. That's my name, and we're here with the supplies. Everybody, you can thank. What's your team name again?
Nostradamus Corporation's favorite team.
You can thank.
I thought we were gonna go snake butt kickers. I thought
Are we
changing
changed that? Well, we gotta upload it to the.
You know,
Use paperwork.
that was like an opportunity to introduce yourself. You are on an open line, so everyone heard all of that.
Oh, how are you now?
You hear Princess P go, I'm doing fine, thanks.
Oh, that's good. Do you all got yourselves one of them there fast food depots?
Yeah, we got a food flash printer here.
Oh, I'm starving.
Yeah, it makes food pretty fast.
Shira's just coming over the cup. Gatekeep needs help. He's dying.
Oh, yeah, we got some mech hangers. The few remaining ones we have, we got hit pretty bad out here, but we were expecting worse, and it looks like there's nothing on the radar. Y'all know anything about that?
Yeah, we're fighting a bunch
Maybe.
of them over with some pickle down at the depots.
You all tangled with Big Green?
I more like got a heavy assist from Big Green, but yeah.
Oh, okay. We got some badasses over here. Open the gates, and one of the three gates leading into the. You drive over the frozen lake. It's pretty heavily frozen. You don't have to worry about anything there.
I send you all a little flare for our chat names that says badass.
I think boiling point, because I'm at my heat cap is sinking each step.
It's just like a sizzle and a move. It's great. Yeah. You're all welcomed into Outpost Tiny. You can see that this is more science outpost than specifically mining. It maybe used to be a mining depot or outpost, but currently most of the screens you see are, reading out temperature differentials and scanning for like fragmented signals, and it looks like there's a big catalog almost recording the different ghost fragments of signals that are passing through the area. It's almost like a jukebox where there's like tons of it's a little data cloud of a lot of different visuals and audios. You notice that interestingly not too many people have out their data pads. A lot of people are just talking like face to face.
Wow. Whoa.
Mostly because there's no guarantee that anything that they send on a data pad is private here.
Oh, true.
Oh, Shira's just been broadcasting so much shit into the ghost space.
Yeah.
There's so much Shira floating around right now.
You do see a lot of Shira clips floating in the after image ghostly ether.
Well, that doesn't surprise Shira because Shira believes she has so many angels up in heaven.
It's all ghosts.
Yeah, the gatekeep opens up with a lurch, and it's just smoke and a whole shit ton of red fluid as Shira's just kind of vomited out. She's just splattered. She's been inside trying to hold everything together.
Oh. Okay.
and she's just running over to the base, like, you have to help him. He's going to die. He can't die.
You see someone with
He's
big.
fine. Like,
Yeah.
by the way,
You see someone with like big goggles and a like a pink jumpsuit head over with what appears to be like a little like handheld communication device. Oh, okay, so y'all are the badasses. Hi, I'm Princess Pete. You met me on the radio.
Hi, Princess P.
I love
Yeah.
your
Hey.
jumpsuit.
Thanks. I like your whole everything.
Thank you.
Yeah,
she's weeping. Just
She
weeping.
did.
Her makeup's flawless, but she
Oh,
is
God.
weeping.
she gets to work and like send some like staff to go like move your mechs to like get repaired.
I'm like suddenly very close to Princess P's ear, and I'm like, Shira's very attached to Gatekeep.
Hi.
Hi.
Is that how you got Big Green to do stuff for you? You snuck up on it and whispered real close in the ear?
Oh,
I don't
blew
even
up its
think Big
door, I
Green
think.
has ears. Oh, that sounds bad.
As a
Actu-
food court's placing both parts of the assault rifle down that's been cut in half.
Oh.
Oh, geez, yeah, we got to print you all out a whole bunch of stuff. Okay.
What's funny is Shrike just looks like such a pile of trash, and I didn't take any damage.
They're probably looking at it like, oh, we really got to fix this one up as they're going around.
Oh,
Shrike.
gee. So many
No.
notes being taken. Like, yeah, I need for that.
I'm like-
for that.
I know.
Thank you.
Shira grabs Princess P by the jumpsuit, gets real close. Just, don't let anybody touch Gatekeep's head. It'll
Oh.
kill you.
Yeah, you got it. Y'all really have some trouble with personal space, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, and she like pets your head. She doesn't really know like how to respond beyond that. Just like, yeah. If the rest of y'all are huggers, I need a break. Like,
No.
give me a second.
no. You're good.
Oh,
Okay.
hey, see, these are the sentient tacos I was telling you about right here at the dispenser.
You bite one of them and it screams.
Oh, the scream's the best flavor.
My beefy goodness should not be devoured.
Oh, but you know, I gotta, I'm sorry.
Princess P kind of quips like they actually talk a lot about their beefy goodness because it hasn't been beef for at least 20 years.
It's good soy, you know.
Yeah, it's good soy. All right, can y'all hear the music shift a little bit?
Yeah.
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 It's a little bit more of like a chill tune, as you can hear some like sparks and some movement. This is the more like grungy area, so to speak, of the outpost. As you know, people are getting to work fixing their mechs. You can see they took some heavy tolls here. They maybe have one mech that's still standing and able to fight. The rest of them are very much out of commission.
I'm like
So they
very
get to work.
excited to see us.
You said
Yeah,
there's
you
some...
can't.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say you came in with like no mechs at your back and a whole bunch of supplies. Everyone is thrilled to see you.
You said some of the rowdy green boys were here?
Their mechs were. You can see a couple of them. They're none of the ones that you've met. They were likely some of the Vanguard or like outpost groups that were like sent to go support some of the remaining camps. But yeah, there's a few mid supports and a few rowdy green boys. There's like 4 or 5 of each of them, and it looks like a good half of them are like pretty messed up and injured. So they're all kind of drinking together with like this newfound solidarity.
I'll head on over there to the other mercs.
Yeah. And as you approach, you hear one of the mid supports saying, and here's the thing about our captain. Bless her, she's terrifying. She essentially was like, look, you can either join us or there's a lot of space out there and very little of you. And they didn't go for it. It was rough. You vented them right out into space. And you can see the rowdy green boys going, oh my god, that could have been Jimmy. We threatened to vent him into space, but he's here with us now. And you see one that's got like a broken arm and a cast, and he's like, yeah, green, not in space.
Well, how are you now, everyone?
Oh, You see one of them look up. Oh, if it isn't the great big heroes of the hour, you got all the supplies in, right?
Oh yeah, I brought in all the toothpaste and whatnot, TP, all that good stuff people out here at this place are looking for. But I tell you, ever hear about any of them there snake butt gods?
What now?
Oh, there's this thing we cracked open one of them their little scouting units. Turns out it's Meat Ghost, classic. But one of our people, Shiro over there, you give him a follow on the socials. They shoved their arm in it and then saw a mechanical god snake mech thing. Had a snake butt.
What? Uh-huh.
So have you ever encountered any of this kind of thing? Haven't done a lot of merc work, but I have worked at the mall for quite a few years.
You see one of the mid supports. She has like a very like dark, like white and black sort of makeup, so very like proto, like goth. She looks up at you and kind of squints a little bit and goes, "I worked at the mall."
Oh, what store are you working at?
I'm trying to think of like a side grade of Hot Topic.
Warm subject.
Warm subject.
Oh, did you work
Yeah.
at a warm subject? I'd recognize that them bracelets there.
Oh yeah, no, I still get the employee discount. It's
Yep.
weird to see someone else from the mall that's, not like a mangled corpse. So
Oh, I
big
work
ups to you
security,
making it
so
out.
you know how
Oh,
it is.
shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all, everyone sit down. I know we were like, it's the badass of the hour. This one's actually like whatever happened before influenced the badass more. Respect.
Ever
and she
tell
gives
you
a little nod.
about medieval times? So they got this restaurant here, they like the whole medieval aspect. A lot of people coming out from the outer layers are like, well, it sounds kind of fun. I kind of like that thing. So you set up all the swords and whatnot. They even bring in horses and all that. Can't hurt the animals, though, God be nice. But, oh, goodness, the amount of people that I saw skewered with those lances. Because they don't even care. You know how medieval times is. Safety out the road after all those politicians bought it up. They don't even have to follow any safety protocols, but goodness, that meat pies, it's worth dying for.
Right, the meat pie. And you can see a couple people going like, yeah, no, it's rare that Bree like talks about the mall in a positive light, but we did hear all about the impalings. Yeah, it was crazy. But she kind of looks up at you after a little bit and goes, I don't really know anything about any snake, but god things. But there is somebody at the station who arrived pretty recently. Big fancy ship, lots of humanitarian supplies.
That's nice.
A lot of snake theming going on. You might want to talk to them.
Oh yeah, snake people. They love their stuff. Are they the kind of people that replace parts of their body with snakes that they can speak to and hear them cryptic things, or is it more they just like the snake aesthetic?
I want to say aesthetic, but they did wear baggy sleeves.
That's one of the signs there. Yeah. Okay. I appreciates ya quite a bit. Gotta get back to my group. I think they're trying to take away that cool sword that I found. No, I want that.
She actually gets up and she hands you and this is like an old time mall, like space mall employee greeting of like if you used to work in the trenches sort of thing. She has one of her old name tags that she lost in the wash. But she kept it because obviously she's going to keep it. She's not going to bring back like a beat up name tag. And she offers to trade to you as a measure of respect.
I hand over a security like little key card, and it even has the little like extendo thing to keep it clipped to your belt.
Excellent.
You're doing the fucking coin thing. I recognize that.
Her name tag says Bree, and it says warm topic in like very fancy script on the top.
Yeah, Teddy Willoughby, security.
Yeah. She nods and kind of returns to the rest of the group, and they get to... one of them asks about the mall again, like after you leave, and she goes, no, I can't talk about that part of it. And just shuts down the like right away, and they go back to talking about something else. But yeah.
I want to know about this.
Yeah,
I know about them all.
Shere's gonna
Y'all
eat at
are
every
here.
restaurant at the mall.
Y'all are here. What do you like? You can hang out with Princess P. She's just working on your mechs. You can go talk to some of the scientists because, like I said, this is mostly a science facility. You can go find out more about that humanitarian snake theme person if y'all want to. We got some hooks.
Shira is currently pacing outside of the mech bays, like somebody at the ER.
You hear Princess P kind of like takes off like a welding mask and goes, "Hey, so I noticed when I applied some of the lubricant to open up some of the parts, it sort of slurped it in and started to heal itself naturally. Is that normal?"
Yeah, he's a very good boy.
Oh yeah, I can see that. When you said that, it nodded its head, and like I think either a piece of it or a tongue, unclear, came out almost dog-like. I was terrified.
Yeah, he does all sorts of cool things. If you, oh, you can just like throw trash into his head and it goes away forever.
Really? She spits out some gum and just disappears into the void.
I like to
Oh, no
think
shit.
that's hitting
She
someone somewhere
completely
in an office.
forgets
Yeah,
that she was
yeah, I was
even
gonna
chewing
say.
gum in the first place. It's just
Some
gone
guys
from
are-
that,
Yeah.
that piece of gum.
This gum.
Yeah, later she's gonna look at her pack and be like, "Did I let somebody borrow gum?" Yeah. So it looks like Gatekeep is healing up, or I guess as best as Gatekeep is capable of being repaired, is repairing itself. I don't know. It's happening.
Yeah, I'm sure Gatekeep's sitting there just like place the discombobulator into the fusion core, separate all limbs, and then repatch.
She's just taking it in stride. All right, yeah. Let's see. I know you all have a lot of information on the actual threat. If you'd like to go make use of that somewhere in the labs, that would be a group effort. You'd probably need more than one of y'all.
No, yeah, y'all will definitely have to drag Shira there if you want her, since she actually communicated with the snake butt.
Yeah, I'll go.
I wanted to check on the Snake Samaritans real quick, see what they're up to.
Sure. You enter into the station proper. Oh,
I like
sorry.
how
go
we
ahead.
have background scream.
I was listening to you.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's like coming from 2 apartments down.
Yeah, coughing station coughing baby. Or sorry, their team is coughing baby. Outpost Tiny goes a little hard, and that's fine. Yeah, so you all sorry, Nico, you head on inside the station proper. You can actually see that like it's a pretty open concept plan. You can see all through like the big view screens essentially. You can see the big hole that this is like dug in and out of essentially. It's pretty dark, can't see the bottom, but you do see a lot of lights flickering back and forth as it's essentially built along the perimeter of this large hole. And you take some routes and go to the more public sector. You do pass by one of the station security that goes, when you all get the chance, if you wanted to do a debrief with outpost management. Also, if you want to meet the team, that would be cool too. They want your autographs, and then they can trade for their autographs. Coughing babies!
Yes, cough babies. We'll get on that.
Yeah, so they'll let you know that you're being expected, so to speak. Eventually, you don't have to rush to it. But yeah, you arrive at the public sector, at one of like essentially a big marketplace. There are not. It's interesting because you're expecting like beyond like the music and everything playing, you're expecting like most places you go, there's like out loud announcements or like all calls or everything. But a lot of times you just see people hold up a lot of different colored signs. Or they will actually out loud like yell things with a big megaphone at one another to like get big messages across. But a lot of people are communicating with these big colored signs that don't have any, like they maybe have some symbols and stuff on them, as well as like a tinier sign clipped onto it to like denote who it's being sent to. And you can see everybody's got like on their person person like some sort of patch or something that has like a unique symbol that looks to be stylized out of their name. And it looks like this is how they get around clogging the air with too much audio noise, is they have a pretty sophisticated kind of signaling between each other sort of thing.
Fascinating. I'm like, I want a name symbol. I'm like making mental notes to make one of those for me. For everybody.
So let me go ahead and
I just got horrible feedback from my own mic right in my ears. So I don't know if anyone else heard that.
Nope.
Nope.
Just
luckily.
me.
Nope. Fun fact though, my Zoom has still been broken, but thankfully I can still hear and see everybody.
I think my Discord crashed because I've got like a message from Lucas. It's been stuck on my screen the entire time, and I can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
We've just had a
everything just
weird
crash?
night.
All right. Yeah, there's a lot of weird feedback going on the station. It is what it is. Yeah, y'all. This would have been very different if you'd taken a different route and just ran. I will say that. But people are in high spirits. Nico, you arrive at this open air market. Like I said, people are communicating via signs. And in the center, giving out some resources, so to speak, like, some food, some water, some rations, some household items. They're all packaged with a very like fun stylized Y made out of like 3 different snakes heading in 3 different directions. So like each thing of the Y is a snake essentially, and they're being handed out, and you can see a robed figure, head completely shaven. You can see that they have the tattoos of some scales that go like up their neck and stop right at like the base of their skull. Further, their eyes are a little bit more slit than one would expect. And they have very long sleeves, and you generally don't see their hands outside of their sleeves. They're picking things up with their sleeves, almost like that. That's the character in that children's cartoon that wears long sleeves and you never see her hands. Number 3, yes, like that, but spooky. Oh gosh. Okay, yeah. So that's how they're picking things up and handing them over. You can see 2 other people dressed similarly. That, for lack of a better word, are background extras that do not have critical dialogue. They're hanging out. They're there as well. You can talk to them if you want, but the main one is the one who's like kind of calling the shots.
Yeah. And my little art school reject self with my bright green hair. So they're giving out like is anyone like giving out pamphlets like a street preacher style?
Yeah, they're the ones in the back are sort of with their supplies attached is like a little card. It's like how to embrace Yig into your life.
Oh, that guy. I know that guy.
Yeah.
That's TK's dad.
Lore I forgot about.
All the tubes coming back.
Oh
Always
boy.
Two dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there is another just flashback moment of little like early teens Nico, and again they're very pale. They have hair this time. It's very like blonde, and they're wearing like a button down with like the snake Y on it.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're outside of some conference, and them and other people dressed like them are handing out pamphlets. And it's just like, embrace Sieg! Embrace his perfection! You too can be perfect! And then it just slams back in to modern day Nico. And she's just like, these freaks. And I'm not going to talk to the robed guy, because I will cause a scene. So I do like, oh my gosh, what's this? Wow, I'm so interested. Thank you. And I'm going to take a pamphlet.
All right. Yeah. One of the more like the busier kind of acolytes just kind of like puts a robed hand on top of your like hand as they hand you a pamphlet and goes, "May Yig bless you. I heard that based on identifying information, gossip travels remarkably fast down here. Are you one of the badasses?
And I'm like still holding their hand, and I'm like, I am.
Oh, that is very excellent. I'm very glad you were able to stop the enemy mechs from arriving. This gives us more time to distribute these supplies among the civilians. There's a lot of S's in this sentence, a lot more than I expected.
Real quick, does the hand feel like a hand?
I was gonna say Teddy called this.
So the hand on top of yours, Nico, does feel hand-like.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the appropriate number of fingers.
And I'm just
But
like,
they're all snakes.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're probably all snakes.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a little cold. Or, don't you think?
There's a pause. And the acolyte's like, that's a common misconception. There are many serpentine creatures all across the galaxy that Yig has touched with the ability to shed their skin and become more perfect.
Yig runs hot, baby.
Oh, well. That doesn't seem like a good thing for all the good people on this planet. Maybe me and my team will just track those down and take care of those. And I'm like, pat.
They look like the acolyte just like puts a hand back, and at the thought of like serpentine creatures being blown up by mechs, they just start sobbing.
Yeah.
They just sit down and go, those poor snakes. The leader catches you as you leave and does give you a look, but does not say anything to you.
Yeah. I was gonna say I cock an eyebrow, but I forgot. I don't have any. I shaved them off. So can't really.
You move the muscles that would cock an eyebrow.
Yes.
The visual is lost.
Yes. Visual's lost.
You can tell when you get close. It's just at a
far
distance.
away.
It doesn't really do anything.
Doesn't.
It's like, what are
It
you
looks like you're
doing?
blinking, but with extra steps.
Yeah. Something in my eye.
Why are you wrinkling your forehead at me?
Yeah, just kind of confused. Like, what are you doing? Are you winking, blinking?
Sneeze.
Are you sneezing?
Yeah, I have a analog pamphlet for Yeeg.
Yeah, you sure do.
Ugh, I'm definitely gonna bring it back to the team, and then, so I'm like reading this random actual paper piece of thing when I come back, and I'm like, the heads of this place want to see us for a debrief.
Oh, all right.
They said something about meeting the team, not us, like a different team. I'm not really sure, but we should probably do
Oh,
that.
you mean the coffin babies? I gotta get one of their signatures though. Gotta get an autograph. I was watching one of their games while we were back there fighting with the pickleback thing. I just had a monitor up, gotta catch what you can, and they're good.
Oh, the nightmare lore that
Midwestern
mid-mech
dad.
fight, you're just oh man, I can't miss the game.
What have you
Gotta have the
Popcorn.
game on.
No, he's got the whole like kangaroo setup or whatever it's called, where it's like the mini screen in your screen, so
I
you can
feel
watch
like-
the game.
I feel like Harrison would have all the things. Like you have the game on one of your screens. It just fills up this little bowl of peanuts for you and stuff while you're fighting.
Harrison's secret motto that they discontinued many years back is "It's the dad's mech." We won't explain why.
Nope.
Oh, you
They
can barbecue
discontinued
right
it
out the
really
back.
fast, really fast.
Got the relaxing chair,
Yeah.
the
They
easy
were
back
like,
chair.
too many people kept saying it's the daddy's mech, and they were like, we can't have that, and they shut it down so fast.
The steak.
Yeah. So, is there anything else anyone wanted to jump in and do, or any quick scenes between characters that we wanted to have before we shift scenes and start our kind of final bit before wrap up?
I think Shira's just kind of like backed Sadie into a corner, and it's just like
You're very
you
close.
don't understand. He taught me to read And he helped me set up my first stream. And I need him. Saying I need him. And he can't die because he won't go to heaven.
Who are we talking about?
Gatekeep.
Gatekeep taught you. It's a question for another day. The mechanics are working on Gatekeep.
My home colony
be
didn't
fine.
have a comprehensive educational system.
I'm sure he did a wonderful job. He's going to be okay.
He says I'll be at a 6th grade level in the next couple of months.
I think Sadie's looking over Shira's shoulder at Teddy. Please.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll take out from the side of Food Court's leg. There's like a little locker you pop open. There's like fishing gear and stuff in there. I take out one of the blankets that you'd set down on the boat and put it over Shira's shoulders. It's gonna be all right, you know. The doctors are in there with all their stuffs going on. Look right there. They're pouring all the extra blood into the open wounds. That's how that works, I think.
You see Princess P just kind of look at you and shrug and be like, "It's working." I don't.
Shira gives a thumbs up. You guys are doing great work.
Yeah,
Takes
what
her
they're doing.
hands and just like starts rubbing it in her eyes. She's like, "I'm messing up my makeup so bad."
Well, your
Her
makeup's
makeup's
digital, so
fucking perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Just the idea of like a lashing tentacle as the mechanics have to dodge. Just like, oh,
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, like it's like an actual conversation in the foreground, and then out of focus in the background is various like appendages and bone spikes and like bits just coming out of Gatekeep as the mechanics are like beating them back with sticks.
Yeah, all Gatekeep's trying to do is try to get one of them into the cockpit, but they don't understand. It has to grab you with these tendrils and pull you into the cockpit. That's how it works.
Oh man, you see one of them like sink in, like no.
Pilot required for repair.
Yeah,
Just
like- And it just like plays your streams inside, so the person, the mechanic's like, I think it's just showing me streams. This is food reviews.
Do
I do wanna try
that. They got a special pizza here. You want to go take some pictures? Let's say it can grow hair on the plate that you're eating from. That's fun.
It's amazing.
Yeah, let's go check out those hair pizzas.
The hair pizza is a promotional item, much like our current day McDonald's does, like the blank meal. This is Hair on the Chest Johnson's specific meal, and it doesn't actually put any hair on your food. It's just the plate grows hair on the chest of the. It's shaped like a chest. It grows hair, and it's got pizza on top because
Love
that's
that,
Johnson's
love that.
favorite food.
All right, let's take some pictures. Here, get yourself a pose going. I gotta get this camera going as I lift it up. The digital cameras are kind of messing up, but don't you worry, I got an analog one. Let's do this.
Tears are
Get a
welling
little
in my
wine.
eyes.
Wine thing on it.
It's like that picture of the sad kid, like out on vacation, who's crying and like thumbs up near.
Oh no! The second the camera is like your fingers going for the thing, it's perfect, flawless.
Kind of frightening.
Wow.
Looks fucking great.
Instinct.
And then the second it, like after the flash is just immediately melting again.
Where'd your tear streaks go on your face for a second? How did it even work?
Fantastic.
Sadie is making sure that Teddy stays in between her and Shira this entire time.
I
Never gonna
eventually
get
joined-
ambushed again.
I eventually join everyone for pizza too, and I'm keeping an eye out. I need Shira to stay away from the Snake Samaritans because Shira's very susceptible to
Cults.
to cults. I was gonna say persuasive groups.
I wrote him in my notes as Yig cultists. You can call them
Yeah.
cults.
An alternative
Yeah,
religion.
they're definitely clearly a cult.
Yeah.
Intergalactic MLM.
If you asked them if they were a cult, they would probably be
product
like, yeah, of course we're a cult.
Oh,
Yeah, no, at this
gosh,
point, it's circled back around, and MLM is the word everybody avoids, and cult is the word everybody's cool with.
it's a pyramid scheme, but it's just snakes. It's just snakes all the
Pyramid
way
of
down.
snakes.
Snakes are
if you-
just a, snakes
if you
are just a
purchase
meat
more of
tube.
our shedding
It is
skin
just
skin cream,
tubes.
Yeah.
It's
The
shoots
skin
and ladders
cream
about
will
the shits.
literally shed your skin. You'll have a new, fresh set of skin.
Mhm.
You'll be more
Shira
perfect.
does that all the time.
Oh no, we didn't know
See,
that
that-
Shira's
Be your own
the
boss.
secret apostle of
Oh
Yig.
gosh.
So this you can say no to this, but I think it would be funny if you've received like sponsored like brand packets from them before, and you've just done them occasionally on stream.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
she's absolutely done.
yeah, but they're just like a makeup company to you. They're not like sinister.
You don't research your brand deals, you just get the money.
That's
Well,
Gatekeep-
yeah,
that's
no,
Gatekeep's job.
like people send her stuff, and she's like, "I love this stuff. This stuff's great." And so she'll just do the ad because and not even treat it like an ad.
Their makeup
yeah.
brand is called Serpentine, and it's
Oh, that's
like,
good.
Oh,
That's good.
like they got
Slither
some
in a style.
professional marketers in there.
Yeah.
All right. So you arrive at the it looks like a big research hub actually. You can see various scientists kind of like shuffling back and forth, and you see a like very like bearded and then head completely shaven, androgynous looking figure kind of step forward from among the group. You can see that to their right are a bunch of people in sports uniforms that are all like jumping up and down a little excitedly, and they're like hyping themselves up.
Is what they do
and they all
before
have-
they do the formation.
Yeah, they have the team symbol of the three babies holding like weapons. That is their team logo. This is the coughing babies. There's and like you can see the chief scientist of the station of the outpost is just kind of like rubbing their temples, like, yes, this is the badasses. You can say hello to the badasses. And they all kind of swarm around you. So, how'd you do it? How'd you take out an entire swarm of mechs?
Well, it wasn't easy if I gotta say so. Let's take a picture here.
Oh, that's crazy! And they all start cheering before you get any explanation off.
Lots of explosives.
Explosives! One of them like holds out a hand to engage in a complicated handshake. Do you accept?
They would certainly try. Just,
All right, roll me a d20.
Slowly put a hand out.
Holding
Just,
their
I,
hand out, not doing anything.
Yeah,
just
just
having the
hitting your
handshake
hand.
happening around
D20.
it.
is this how
Do you have
this
a relevant
works?
trigger for secret handshakes?
Stay cool.
That is a good
Stay
trigger for
cool.
secret handshakes.
I sadly do not have stay cool.
no.
I
Read the
was
situation.
taking it.
What's like I'm pretty sure girl boss does.
Let's
Okay.
just see
Dude,
what I
she's
get.
got charm.
18.
18. So it's one of those handshakes that like looks complicated to the outside observer, but 90% of it is the person initiating the handshake leading you through it. So
Yeah,
it actually comes out looking very fluid and natural, as if you've known the coughing babies your whole life.
Wrench just looks at their hand like, do I know social cues?
Look at that.
And they're
Growing.
like, yeah, social cues! And they all start cheering.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's a whole thing with sports these days. They got to get the chip in them so that they can be just stoked about most things when they're at photo greetings.
Oh, if they got one of those adrenaline booster things.
Yeah, like
oh.
watch this. Y'all want some hair pizza?
Yeah! And then one of them says yeah louder, and it's Johnson. It's the one that's his meal.
Oh, nice.
Oh, he's here.
One of them turns to the other to the rest of you and goes, Johnson actually doesn't do the chip. It's all natural, baby.
Love it.
Oh,
I love that.
that's cool.
Your hairy pizza is really good.
There are so many emotions in this outpost today.
You can see after a little bit The chief scientist like shuffles them away, kind of moves them to the other side of the room, where they immediately like a few of them start arm wrestling. Like the gender presentation of the coughing babies doesn't matter. All you need is a can-do spirit, as all of them are like arm wrestling and like cheering, and a couple of them are like have taken out flash printed copies of each of your mechs, like little toys, and are doing action figure stuff with them.
Sick.
Lock that action.
I'm like
figure.
showing them how I like launched in with the tiny Shrike. And I'm like
They
recreating.
they like recreate it with you, and they have one of them takes out a plushie of Big Green or the pickleback shot and has it like scream as it gets hit by the laser.
Really
For
want a
reference,
tiny
they're all like
gatekeep now.
all the coughing baby team members are like 18, 19, 20. They are
Youths.
fresh and full of youth and energy. So they can, and they're kind of given carte blanche to just hang out and have a good time because this was like the only sport. So yeah, after they are moved to a corner of the room that's less loud, the scientist kind of approaches you. I am Mammoth. It is good to meet you all. Chief Scientist of Outpost Tiny. I do want to personally thank you all for getting those supplies here. It would have been a very difficult time without you all. So I do want to thank you.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we're happy to do it. It's unfortunate about all that their wreckage, but I hope everything came in okay.
Oh, all of the supplies were excellently held together. I do want to thank you on that front. There is a few things. We are primarily a research station, and I was wondering if you had gained any information on our enemy. We've been asking all of our different team members, our mercenary team members, if there's anything they found that could be helpful. And I was wondering if you'd found something as well.
I pull up a VOD
I
from...
touched it.
Shira,
And I contacted Snakebutt.
Shira, do you want to show them your weird arm?
Yeah, show my weird arm. And she just like pulls off her glove and oh yeah, no, it looks gross.
I mean, it's healed.
It's not healed.
It's just not healing well. It's healing
Yeah.
slowly and painfully. It looks like circuitry was kind of like sliced into your hand. Very.
It looks sick as fuck. If
Yeah, it looks
didn't
really-
also look all scabby.
Yeah, it is pretty scabby, but it's there. You can see Mammoth take out a little magnifying glass and look at it. May I take a piece, a sample? I have a working theory.
Yeah, it's fine. I could
Oh.
just get another one.
Hand?
Another body.
Oh, yeah, no, I suppose so. And takes a little
He
chunk.
keeps holding it.
Okay. You flash cut to the garage where the one that's inside watching the streams. Hey, what's this thing back here? Oh god! Yeah, this flash cut back to the room as they take the sample and they set it aside. So you made contact with the intelligence behind the enemy.
Yeah, I talked to it.
This is huge. What did you find out?
It's in a big ghost factory underground. It's got a huge snake butt, and it did not like me watching it.
It appears to be some kind of snake-like mech, possibly a AI, working to create the zombie mech.
Ghosts.
So it could be an NHP that's construct. That would explain
Yeah.
the method of production and the speed. We were working with that theory, but we're certainly glad it's not an outside interloper from what we can tell.
Yeah, the problem is that when Shira stuck her arm in the goo and was able to see Snakebutt, he saw us too. So,
That wouldn't be good. That would explain how the movements of all the mechs got a lot faster all of a sudden.
yes.
Interesting.
It's pretty concerning.
We got a VOD of it here of cutting open the thing. And when the VOD's playing, people can like donate to the stream. So there's like the little red cheeks being put on like the giant mound of flesh and like party hats and stuff. And,
Oh no.
oh yeah, don't mind that stuff, but that's the thing down there.
Oh, try not to play it too many times here. It could get picked up by the ghost signals.
Oh, it's already there. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep,
oh
there it
no.
goes.
All
Oh,
right.
it's still got its
Ooh.
hat.
Regardless, given the information you have given me, and given what I think this might be, based on what you told me, you were able to actually open one up. It wasn't scorched on the inside.
Well, yeah, no, we didn't
Yeah.
quite kill it, so we were able to crack it open, disable the systems, and I lost a wrench in one. Just
Oh, that's huge. That's huge.
slurped it up.
They head over to a little like console and insert the little sample of bit from you, Shira.
Oh
And-
yeah, and also I can send you a link to the stream so you can look at it.
Oh, you took video from inside?
I'm always taking video.
It's wired to your streaming setup is wired to your visual cortex?
Oh no, I don't think so.
I
I'm just always shooting video so you can see what the inside of the neck looks like. I'm sorry, I'm cranky. You got really hurt.
No. This is massive. If you recorded video of the inside of that factory because of your internal mech streaming setup, that's
No, I don't have anything like that.
okay. Sorry, I got excited. Oh,
I
samples
go
done?
through too many bodies to bother with a bunch of cybernetics.
Oh, I'm quite sorry to hear that. Oh, look
It's
at the
fine.
time.
Ooh.
And they shuffle over to the console and pull out a readout and go, "Oh, this is excellent. Are any of you here versed in flora, fauna, and the like?"
I like flowers.
That's perfect. Do you
Look
know
to-
about them?
That was
I-
Sadie's
Oh.
like profession. Come on.
You got a lot of plants
Yeah, I
in your
have
room.
some experience with flora.
Okay. Maybe you can help me with this readout because we've been noticing a trend and we haven't been able to map it onto anything yet. But if this is what's inside of all of them, this would explain a lot. And they lead you over to the readout, and you can see that there's a lot of genetic marker matches between like an underground lichen and the flesh of the tube people. And they sit over it and they kind of show like, so there's matching genetic markers. I think whatever's in the tubes, maybe not flesh, maybe plant, but cooked to look like flesh. Not my area of expertise, but I did see a lot of matches. Do you think it's possible to turn this into that?
Certainly seems so. I guess if you have trouble rowing humans or animals that could pilot a mech, a plant is the next best thing.
All right. Could you, if they're all made of this stuff, before we've been trying to track them using ghost signals and their communications, but if you've tried to track their communications, you've likely seen that it's one area pulse every now and then to give them all their commands all at once. It doesn't help as a way to triangulate where they're coming from beyond their general locations. If we can track them by this instead, we can find where more of them are. We can find where they're being made.
It's possible plants will give off their own electronic signatures. It's worth a try. See if we can track it that way.
All right. If you have some free time during your stay here while you're getting reacquainted, if you could come by the lab and help us out with that? Your team said you had expertise.
Sadie glances at Shira, still crying. I have plenty of time. Yes, I would love to help.
Any opportunity.
All right. Excellent.
We should start now.
Oh, of course. Mammoth gets very excited and goes, "Oh, excuse me, all. I do want to thank you very much. If I have any further questions, I will let you know. But this, combined with your arrival of the supplies, this really switches up from the news we got this morning."
News.
Oh, you haven't heard?
News?
Oh, we receive very isolated news. We tend to open them up in a space that we know can block the background radiation and stop it from propagating all over the walls. The mid supports sent to one of the other outposts. A few of them survived, but they did not manage to get their truck there.
Oh, goodness. Is there the leader with them?
Yes, she did manage to survive.
Okay. Oh, it's sad to hear.
Last we heard, they were dealing with a lot of beasts that were essentially turned more violent than normal. Their team did not make it back. At least most of them didn't. They did say they found something strange in the area, though. Some sort of large construction. They might be gathering there as well.
That could lead to Snakebutt Space of Operations, or at least be tertiarily
Have
connected.
all the house guards be a bunch of big monsters nobody's going to think twice and not go near.
Unclear, but if what we find here matches up with some of their eyewitness accounts, we could have a lead. Or if it matches up with the vision that your very, very distraught friend engaged with, then we could know where to hit them underground. There's a whole network of tunnels from this station that you can use to get places underground.
All the more reason to work quickly.
Oh, well, this is definitely good.
Right. I mean this with full honesty. Your efforts here might have changed the tide. And I thank you.
I did not hit the moon at all. That's not this time.
What?
I didn't shift the tide at all. You can't blame us for that one. That wasn't even us.
Oh, don't worry. We're on the moon this time.
Oh,
So
listen, I had a problem last time. Accidentally shifted the tide. It was bad, but you know. Nostradamus Corporation covered it.
right. Sure. They kind of click their tongue a little bit, like unsure as to how to contribute to that conversation meaningfully. All right. I'm going to go get some of my lab assistants and see about finding a way to track this genetic signature. And as Mammoth shuffles off in a little bit of a rush, the camera zooms out past this room, down into the hole, deep, deep underground, through a bunch of mazes of tunnels, until it finally arrives at a massive factory where a large reddish purple mech hung from the rafters of this cavern, essentially, with a mechanical tail that kind of like connects and plugs into a core program, is currently ramping up production. And you see a bunch of little manipulators kind of flicking through a bunch of screens. These, their naming conventions are frustrating. I will mark them as targets. Let's see, what was the one that visited me? Fans are called tasties. I will call them Target Tasty. Moves the screens around. And they will get to know me and my children very intimately. And you see some of this, the machines start to get to work a lot faster and constructing some more scary mechs, and we will move on to that next time.
We'll be raiding my streams.
Watched all
You have a
of
fan.
them, yeah.
You get a follow, and it's just like a garbled mass of text that is like somehow 50 terabytes if you actually click on it.
Hey, you're a snake here.
Yeah,
big fan.
no, look, fucking her mods see that and automatically block it because they're like, that's bot.
No hate raids here, snake butt.
It's like, hey,
She's
this
got a
name
very
looks like
good
it's made of
mod
an
team.
entire server. We should probably ban them. All right. Thank you all for your time. Welcome to the end of session. Little debrief situation. I have been your Mech Wrangler, Ian. My pronouns he, they. I'm very excited for the party to have kicked some Ronin butt in terms of the mechs they fought and escaped my my nightmare kaiju, made in part by you, the folks in chat. Had a fun little introduction of Outpost Tiny, which I had a lot of fun just writing out the ways it was very different from Polaris Township, just because of the environmental factors at play. So maybe I'll use Marker and its outposts and all that jazz for some other game someday, because it was a lot of fun building this place. But yeah, my recommendations are that, well, I have to say that you can find me on the ghost of twitter.com, the organization 13 of twitter.com, as Ian_Caliente. I briefly flirted with changing my name on there to an organization 13 style name, and instead changed my like little after name title to 358 and a half mech days. So that'll have to do for now. I'm trying to get a way out of that, but Tumblr hurts my brain, and I don't want to make a threads. So we'll figure it out. If we get a Blue Sky invite, that'd be neat.
Same. I've been trying.
I'm not going to go searching for it because I'm trying to use less social media, because every time Lucas brings it up, I'm like, man, I wish I was happy.
I'm telling you, it is a dream. It's great.
I'm kidding. I'm very happy. This game is a blast, but I do wish I used less social media. My recommendations are going to be... Oh, geez. Oh, I read a comic, and I put it somewhere where I can reach it, so it's not going to be inconvenient for me. I read Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. It's very good. It's about Supergirl helping, or essentially babysitting a girl who's like, I need to kill someone to avenge my father. And Supergirl's like, hey, maybe don't do that. I'm going to go with you to make sure that we catch this guy because he hurt somebody close to me, but I'm going to make sure you don't kill him. So it's a really fun like story breaking down what makes Supergirl a really cool character and what makes like Superman style characters interesting in the first place. And apparently it's going to get made into a movie. But if you like how Tom King writes superheroes and you're like, Supergirl, I don't know anything about her besides that she's like Superman's cousin, this is a good place to start, because my favorite DC stories are all entirely self-contained. So if you want to be like, I wonder what Supergirl's about, this is a good place to start. So that's Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, and that's my little recommendation. I will pass it along to Thomas.
Oh, it was actually really convenient that it's me, because I've got... But anyway, yeah, I'm Thomas, he, they. I'm also on the now X website at nonstop_GM. You can also find my podcast as Twitter page, or whatever it is now, there as well.
Don't fucking call it that. Just it's fucking Twitter.
It's Twitter.
Knows.
God, we were changing retweets, everybody, and like, no, you're not. Shut up. But yeah, on Twitter, at Roll Perform. We can also find the podcast at Roll Performance on Spotify and everywhere else. Took a little break on the episode uploads just because I was being a little lazy, but we last encountered a mobster for the first time, tried to get the guys to find a magical painting that depicts a very unusual battle between gods and some unknown force. So it's very... we're getting into some meat of the story, finally. Sort of media recommendations, I would suggest, like I say, it's relevant to Supergirl. My Adventures with Superman is a great animated series. I think it's only on 4 episodes right now. A sort of younger Superman sort of getting into Metropolis and meeting everybody for the first time, and they just have a great relationship. They've done the chemistry between Lois Lane and Clark Kent just really well, and they've changed a lot of these villains and made them very interesting. It's not a huge spoiler, but Dr. Ivo, the creator of the Amazo android, is actually now Parasite, which I think is a surprising change. Last thing I'll recommend is obviously my friend Rody, who is also a streamer on Twitch under the name Parsath, which is P-A-R-A... I keep misspelling this. P-A-R-S-A-T-H with an underscore. He and myself and a few other people are going to be streaming Baldur's Gate 3 on the 13th of August for 12 hours. I think it's from 10 p.m. GMT till, 12 hours from then. Yeah, we're raising money for mermaids in the UK. There is a page up. I have mentioned it on my Twitter, and I will be continually posting about it in the next couple of days. So yeah, like it would be great for people to come down. We're going to be doing the full thing fully RP for the entire time, and I'll be playing my sorcerer, World Sword Sorcerer Lamis Sorrow, the tiefling who is just obsessed with power and magical artifacts and the like. So I will be doing a lot of bad along the way. So we'll see how things go with that. That's me. I'm done now.
You are muted if you're talking.
Am I next?
Mhm.
Can't hear
Ooh,
Ian.
we can't hear
I
Ian.
assume I'm next. I'll go next just
Sure.
to keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm
Keep
Anna,
it rolling.
aka Archival Dust Bunny, most places on the internet. Um, Queer and Trans Advocate Museum Worker and TTRPG streamer, podcaster, and producer. You find me on Twitter at Archival Dust Bun, and then other places like Instagram and Blue Sky at Archival Dust Bunny. So find me wherever you are now, because everyone is scattered. This Saturday, our Fabula Ultima campaign returns on Lost Caravan. I play a time assassin, Cadence. We're in the middle of exploring her home and backstory right now, and it's not traumatizing at all. But if you like that sort of thing and RPG, JRPG inspired TTRPGs, check that out. I have a ton of other stuff going on right now as well, but the big thing that I want to highlight is our brand new Girl by Moonlight podcast, Bloom and Blight, premiered on Thursday. We are one download shy of 100 downloads, so go check it out. Help us get over that hump before a week out from our premiere. That would be really awesome. But it's a fun show following a bunch of magical girls dealing with grief after they won against their nemesis at a very heavy cost. And it explores kind of how they handle their own grief and how it affects those around them. And it's just a really fun show with a really great cast. You can find us at Bloom and Blight on Twitter and on Blue Sky and on Instagram as well. We'll be on TikTok eventually. But yeah, so check us out anywhere you normally get your podcast. I'll be quiet. I'll keep it running.
All right.
Somebody
can y'all
else
hear
go.
me?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
Here you know, yeah.
Oh, that was strange. I still can't see anyone's Zoom video, but the Zoom chat does work. So,
Oh,
uh-oh. All right. Everything is fine again. Jess.
Hi, I'm Jess. I'm art_fantastical on all social medias. I was gonna do Art Fight this month and then I didn't, so whoops. Yeah, I just wrapped up on Pseudonym Social. We wrapped up our Holiday Brigade mini series of Monster of the Week. It started as a Christmas one-shot that quickly evolved into our characters dealing with holiday-themed monsters, and it just ended with Christmas in July, on July 25th, which is, I think it went up today. So if you just want a fun, short little romp, that's available for binging. It's like 7 episodes. But yeah, that's what I've got to promote, and we can toss it to Eve.
All right, Eve.
Hello, you can find me over at Lawless Vic on the Twitter. That is Lawless as in crime, Vic as in victory. I'm gonna make this quick because I do gotta take the doggy potty and then get ready for work. So, I hate to say it, but I gotta recommend the Barbie movie. Shockingly good. Way better than it should be. It was a lot of fun. Like, it was very funny. Like, too funny for its own good. Once again, should not have been as good as it was at all. There's no excuse for that. I just had a really good time with it. Similar vein, music recommendation. Go check out Sing Queen. Bimbo Core is a very good album. I put several of those songs onto the Girl Boss and Gatekeep playlist. Just because they fit the vibe very, very well. Yeah, it's really good and super bi. Uh, and just like real good, just general fem sludge metal. It rocks. I don't know what else to say about it. Anyways, yeah. So that's what I got. I also recommend dogs. Here's a dog.
Dog.
Mhm.
Uh yeah. So if you have a hyper dog, take that dog and make it live with another hyper dog for like a weekend. And you'll find out both those dogs wind up super exhausted.
Yes.
Scotty's been sleepy for the past 3 days, and it's
Oh,
been so
aw.
nice.
So nice.
So
Yeah.
nice. She's been so chill.
Nice.
Anyways, that's what I got. I gotta run. Peace out. Y'all
Bye.
have a good one.
Bye.
Yeah.
Hey.
Goodbye. Lucas.
Yeah. Also recommend get your dogs to play with other dogs. Take mine to the dog park, and it is a happy puppy. You can find us over on the many socials for the Battle of the Seven Dice. I do not frequent them much. I do get notifications if people message us and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not on there a whole lot. I'm just living a good life. Make sure to follow us over on the YouTubes or TikTok if that's what you like using. I find myself on there and I just get swarmed by news of the world, and so not on there as much either. But yeah, check it out. We are uploading our videos there. Also, you can find all the other videos of our Lancer game and other campaigns. Escaping Carcosa, we are almost done building up our recaps, and we have about 3 episodes in the backlog. So once we get to 6, we will be hopping off with that. So look forward to that in August. Also, check out our Patreon. It's pay what you want, and the funds go to helping us keep the lights on, keep things moving. I really appreciate it. We got a new patron, Nico, from the Fool's Quest, and very funny podcast. If you want to see like a tongue-in-cheek D&D podcast, highly recommend it. I've had a lot of fun listening to it. Other thing to recommend, me and my spouse have been watching Match Me Abroad. Go give that a watch. So what they do, they have these matchmakers in other countries, and you have these Americans who say, I can't find love in America. There's not enough people. So they're like, I gotta have someone from somewhere else, and I'm just gonna tell you what I want. And the matchmaker's like, thank you for sending me all this information on the perfect person you're looking for. I won't give you it. Please try these other people. And it's great. And you witness real love with 2 out of 7 of them. And the other 5 you get to just have fun watching.
Nice.
Match Me Abroad. A lot of fun.
All right. Heck yeah. So that is it. I remembered 2 very important things. One, I'm getting a new kitten named Jubilee. Hopefully sometime in August. And I'm very excited to meet her. She might be here in this office because this will be her safe room to get used to the other cat smell. So I might pull her up on stream, or she might like make noises and I'll have to like get up and go take care of her. Because she can't jump very high because she has a hurt leg that she's healing from, and she is precious to me already. 2, I'm running a game. Shock, awe, it's not this one. It's a different one, but I'm excited about both of them, and I'm especially excited because I'm running a game of Mouse Ritter through Take Your Roll on Twitch. They're fantastic. If I've talked about them before, it's because I played a vampire hunter in one of their games, but now I will be the mouse wrangler for some Little Mice adventurers. If you check their Twitter right now, they still have their casting call up. I get to look at those. So if you're interested and are a POC or a member of any kind of marginalized group and are interested in playing as a little mouse adventurer, please feel free to jump in and do your little application. I'm already excited over some of the ones I've seen. Or if you know someone who you think would be a good fit for a little mouse adventure, again, like, and you want to like be like, hey, Take Your Role specializes and focuses on elevating POC and marginalized creator stories. And that send them the link. I think it'd be neat. But I'll let you know a little bit more about Mouse Ritter Summertime when it comes around. There was a final thing that I thought I was supposed to remember, but I cannot for the life of me remember what it actually is. So I will, if I remember later, I will remember later. But with that, I want to thank everybody for hanging out and coming by, watching the wrap up of the big mech and kaiju fight, and the arriving at a safe location where the party can essentially get their mechs fully repaired, get all their weapons reset. And the final thing, and we'll have to remind Eve about this, you all get a license level. So you are now
Hey.
license level
Yay!
3. So you can get
Woo.
either the third part of your next thing, or you can splash into another license. But everyone gets a little bit of a Wii upgrade with some fun stuff. And hopefully we'll get to see some of it in action during our next few mission or combats. This has been Ian, your mech wrangler, he, they pronouns, signing off. Y'all have a good one.
Bye now, everyone.